Thank you for joining us here at the Royal Sedesta for the Annual Houston Humanitarian Awards. I've been doing this for many years. You have now joined me. It's a great event. We're here on the red carpet where some of the people who are giving back to the community will be honored tonight. It is a great event. And of course, I'm Isiah, Carey, and we have Melissa Wilson with us.
What an honor to be here. I got to be a part of it last year with you, and to be back this year, better than ever. So many magical things planned tonight, a lot of incredible people being honored. I'm really excited because my son is being honored for his courageous battle with cancer, and that's a little bit different than what they're doing here tonight. So he's being awarded for his courageous heart, while there are Houstonians here who have raised up to $30 million to make a huge difference every single day, day in and day out of our community, which is remarkable.
Excellent. And of course, we have individuals like Dr. Carolyn Farb, who's a philanthropist here in the city of Houston. She has been giving back for decades here in the city. She is here.
And she's right behind us, in fact. We might be able to grab her. You want to see if we can grab her? Come on over. Let's just see. She has a really beautiful friend with her this evening. Can we interrupt you for a moment on our live feed? Hello, Dr. Farb. Thank you for being here. You look so beautiful.
Look who's talking. You're stunning. I love your gown, and Max was dying to meet the prettiest girl in the room.
So show us who is this lovely Max, you said?
Mm-hmm. He's 11 years old, and he likes to come to political things.
I am loving his bow tie. He is dressed to the nines and ready for the event. What an incredible night to celebrate you and what you've done for this fine city. Your heart is so beautiful, and you have done more than just about anybody I've ever known. So it's incredible to be in your presence tonight. What are you most excited about the evening?
I just think it's a beautiful evening, and Houston is coming back to celebrating our greatness and what we are capable of, and that it will rain again.
Yes, again, that's what we're hoping for.
And Dr. Farb, what keeps you giving back year after year?
I guess I'm just a teenager. And I have that spark. I want it to flourish, like this beautiful hotel, and I don't want it to come down. You know, your dimples want them to survive.
Yes, I think so.
And Dr. Farb, you came here with your whole team. You got a gang of people here with you. You want to introduce them?
I let them introduce themselves.
All right, here we go.
My name's Bob Nowak.
Hi, Bob.
My name's Annie Cheer.
All right, come on up. Say hello.
Hello, Tiger.
Hello.
And so who has Max?
Edward Casey.
We're glad to see you all, and Dr. Farb, always a pleasure to see you, and congratulations on being honored this year once again. And we'll get out of your way and let you move on down the red carpet and get into the grand ballroom.
Just the
Always
class
good to see
act
you.
as always. Thank you again. Thank you all.
Another person, Melissa, that was honored last year, a familiar face to us, is Chris Tritico.
The one and only. There he is. Always throwing out surprises on air to make me laugh when I least expect it, I must say.
I try.
So you know what it feels like to be honored at this event. You were last year.
Special event.
Oh, my goodness, yes. And we got you back this year. What an honor to have you here. What are you most excited about this evening?
You know, I didn't really know what it was going to be like last year, and it was such a moving event. And so I was really excited when they called and invited me back. Debbie couldn't be here tonight, but the whole night is charged. As everybody goes up and speaks. Isiah chastised me last year for taking too long.
You had a right to.
But you know, it's such a moving event all night long, speech after speech of people telling their story about what they did and how they got to be on that stage. And as the night progresses, you're just torn one direction to another as each speech goes on, and the whole event, the whole night, is just one emotion after another, and that's what's so special about the evening.
Can't wait for it.
Well, Chris, we will look forward to seeing you again inside the ballroom tonight, and always good to see you.
Good to see you.
And return my calls every now and then. You know?
Your show's too late. That's the problem.
You can't stay up till 10:30 at night for the fact that I'm sensitive, but, you know.
That's way too late.
Always good to see you. And we have, all right. We got more guests coming
Come on
in
over here. Come in looking lovely tonight. Please tell all of our guests at Fox 26, introduce yourselves.
Bishop Leroy Woodard, and this is my lovely wife.
Lady Gail Woodard.
Yeah, Woodard, absolutely.
Well, congratulations on being honored tonight. So happy to have you here. You're looking so fabulous. Look at your gown. How fun is this to be at an event like this?
Oh, it's wonderful. I love events like this. I get to wear my dress.
There is something to be said for that, right?
Bishop's giving back into the community, not only ministering, but giving back. How important is that to you?
Listen, servitude is paramount to respect in life. Albert Einstein says one of the greatest proofs of intelligence is when you can love your fellow man. I think the biggest heart in the world is the heart of our volunteer. I'm really at a loss of words because I'm not used to receiving and more comfortable than giving. You never know how long you've been doing something until they highlight it. I didn't realize that I've been doing community service over 41 years.
Right.
And so my wife always tells me that I'm still young, but I feel old for some kind of reason. But I am delighted to be a part of this humanitarian award gathering. It's a beautiful occasion.
One thing about an award ceremony like this, I feel like it inspires us all to do better, to be better, to do more like people like you. And so it's an inspiration to us, too, to be able to hear your story and to be reminded all that you do. How important do you feel is it for everybody in our community to do their part? Maybe not as much as you two, but that's a lot. But just to do whatever you can to help out.
Yeah, it's so important, and it's so fulfilling when you can give back and always not receive. So when we meet at the Georgia Brown and all the beautiful things that we do to reach out into the community, it's so fulfilling to me when I can give back and see those faces light up and those kids getting their toys during Christmas that didn't get an opportunity to get a toy, but when we can bring that to them, Christmas to them is so fulfilling. So I'm so honored to be a side of such a great man that has a heart because he was born into it. Yeah, it started from a little house to the Georgia Brown Convention Center with thousands and thousands of people every year. And this is the man that makes it happen. So such a visionary. I'm so honored and so proud of him.
With reason. With reason. We need you to strike a pose on the red carpet. Let's see. Show us your best move. How do we do this? Stand regally. Oh, yes, that's how you do it right there. We got you. Thanks for being here tonight. Can't wait to celebrate you on that stage. Congratulations. That's what it's all about. Come on
And we
over.
have the founders and organizers of the Houston Humanitarian Awards.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for flying back from us.
Man and lady of the
Thank you so
hour.
much.
Thank you. Hello, lovelies.
Thank you.
Well, it's
I love how
time for
you're
another big
coordinated.
event. Are you guys excited about this year? You got the red carpet out. You got your guests arriving. Your thoughts? How are you feeling right now?
Wow. Nervous as always, but excited to meet the new honorees and to recognize them and just to simply say thank you.
And so, Dave, how do you guys come up with the list of honorees every year? How do you pick these individuals?
Well, I would love to say that we pick them all, but we don't. Because if I said that, then everybody be buying us dinner every time we went somewhere. But it's about it's a citywide campaign, so we have write-in ballots, and so people can go to the website to nominate someone. So we take those nominations, we pass them on to our board, and then they select the final 10. We also solicit some help from the Congress, from our city council members, as well as we take some nominations from some very special people as well. So if they nominate someone, then we tend to make sure that we push it to our board to make sure that those are people that we look at, that they look at.
Tell us how this all came about in the first place. What happened in your lives to give you this vision to make a difference in other people's lives?
Oh, wow. Well, I lost 2 children, a 4-year-old and a 13-year-old, and my only brother was 25. And it was organizations and individuals that helped me through that pain and that process. And I wanted to do something in their memory and their honor. And I'm big in being the change I want to see. And I realize it's so many individuals in Houston that exemplify the heart of Houston, and they never seek recognition. And it's just our way of giving them their flowers while they're here and simply saying thank you, we see you.
And taking their pain into making it joy for someone else is so beautiful.
When you guys come downstairs and see what you guys have created here, And I remember from the very beginning, Are you in awe of what you've been able to create here to help others, to honor others in this community?
Absolutely, but I don't take any of the credit. I know it's God. So when I come downstairs,
Won't he do it?
He will, and I'm like, wow, you did this. So I never take the credit, ever.
And it's just amazing that, you know, a lot of times you don't see the work that goes behind it, and the day can be stressful leading up to it. But once you walk down the stairs and you get the goosebumps and the chills, and you get a chance to see people and everybody smiling, and this is what it's about people being together, right? There's no racial divide, there's no color, there's no nothing. It's just about people here celebrating each other and loving on each other, and that's what we really want to create.
That's Houston right there.
Yes,
I mean, that is Houston at its finest. You are a powerhouse couple. Your spirits are just so beautiful and so lovely. Thank you for cherishing us with that tonight. Thank you for honoring my son tonight as well.
When I heard this story, it just meant the world to me because I saw the fight and I understand the struggle that he went through, and my mom did it. And so just to be able to recognize Caleb, that means the world to me as well. And I had enjoyed talking to him the other day, too.
I enjoyed that, too. Well, have fun tonight. We're going to let you go see your guests at your party.
I approve. We know you're watching.
Okay.
That happens to be one of our fine web producer, boss lady, April. All right, look at this lovely family. Oh, my goodness, looking dapper today. Do you want to do the introductions, Isiah? Are you introducing?
We got Lamarcus and Amber here. Glad to see you guys here at the Houston Humanitarian Awards. Tell me your thoughts on being invited, being honored here.
I'm gonna let her go. She put me on the spot earlier. Everybody wants to interview me, so I'm gonna put her on the spot.
So we're grateful for the opportunity, and we know that all the efforts, we don't do it for the recognition, but we're grateful for the recognition, and so it's just an honor to be here tonight. And we definitely want to thank Houston Random Acts of Kindness and Fox, which is one of our favorite media sources. So I'm not just saying it because y'all are in front of us. We do have a great relationship with Jonathan also. My husband was on the Beyond the Game tour with him, so we're just grateful for the opportunity.
Now, for those who don't know, tell us exactly what you do in the community.
Sure. And so I'm the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Brazoria County. And so my husband and I, we both, he works for Change Happens, and so we do a lot of things in the community. Right now, one thing that we're working on is trying to redo Worthing's High School's football field. Cliff Branch is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and so we're working on those efforts to try to get that football field redone for the school.
And how big of a deal is that going to be for everybody? And that is huge.
Yeah, so we think it's going to have a real impact on the community, not just the high school, but even the Little League teams that play in that area, so to give them a safe place to come and practice and play. So that's one of the reasons why we want to do it.
Keeping them doing good things, and that's a beautiful thing. Are you ready for tonight? You liking the red carpet?
Yeah, I'm ready for tonight. I'm loving the red carpet. I'm getting a lot of attention, but, the attention goes on to the things that we do in the community. Like, we work hard, tirelessly in the community, like Amber was saying, with Jonathan Boyd on the Beyond the Game tour, with Isiah on a lot of different things that we do in the community. So it's just feel good to be, celebrated in some type of way. But the things that we do is not for celebration. We don't do it for any highlights or anything like that. We do it because we want to change lives. So that's the most important thing.
And you are looking quite dapper, young man. Are you ready for tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
And looking lovely over here as well. What are you most excited about tonight?
I'm just excited celebrating my parents and just celebrating what they do in the community.
They've taught you a lot. Are you guys some pretty big shoes to fill? You're hoping to do something like them one day?
Yes, ma'am. I'm hoping to give back to my community in the future.
I know you will. You have some good examples right here. Well, have so much fun tonight. Thank you for talking to us. You look so pretty, both of you.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your time.
Oh, back at you. Back at you. Thank you. It's fun being on the red carpet. How you doing? You enjoying this?
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. Oh, I think my family just got thrown in the limelight. Zachary wants to be in the broadcasting field someday, so maybe this will be a good example of you. And my mom, hello to you. Are you excited about tonight?
Yes, very much so.
And we're going going to be celebrating your brother, so that'll be fun.
I don't know where he is right now, but I'm excited.
We'll have to go find him. We'll find him somewhere, I'm sure. Well, thanks for joining us.
And of course, we're still waiting on more guests to arrive. We will be going until about 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, at least 9 o'clock. Look at these gowns over here. You have to take a peek. Let's see if we can talk to these lovelies. My goodness, did we get this confused with I think a show in Paris? You're looking lovely tonight. Are you ready for the big evening?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Fabulous gowns. Look at them, Isiah. I told them they look like they belong on a runway in Paris.
And tell us what your jobs will be here tonight.
Tonight we'll be presenting the awards.
Okay. So the award ladies.
Now, are you with a certain group?
We're with Danny Couture.
There you go. And your gowns are just beautiful. You want to tell us about them?
So these gowns, they were made for Asian-inspired gowns through all the fabric to represent the culture from the designer himself. Yes.
And look at you. You are brave to pull that off, and you have the lovely figure to do it. It is beautiful. How does it feel to be here tonight?
It's an exciting event, and I'm just excited to be invited. Yeah.
So lovely. Well, we can't wait to see you on the stage. Thanks for making a powerful presence here this evening. I hope you have a great time. Fun to be on the red carpet.
So, if you need a car and you're in the River Oaks area and you need a car, you go to this guy, Alan Helfman.
That's where you go.
At Helfman, other dealerships. So, first of all, tell us how you feel about being honored this year.
It's a wonderful feeling. Really a great feeling. You know, if you can betterment and you can make somebody happier every day, and that's what I get up about. You know, in the morning I try to make somebody's life a little better. I have almost 400 pieces of sports memorabilia in my office, and whether it's a charity or whether it's a function or just making a person a brighter day, I'll go get an Earl Campbell 16 by 20 signed and I'll give it to them, and they'll just brighten up immediately by that.
You know, and I've actually been to your dealership back when I was reporting on the streets, and you're always positive when you walk in, always an upbeat guy. What keeps you in that mood?
Because I can, and I gave 15 cars away in the last 3 years for free. And, you know, when you drive up to Methodist or you drive up to the Houston Fire Department and say, here's a car, and it's free. Free? Or you go to Rice University or TSU. We've got 82 fundraisers at TSU. I go there twice a year. I take 50 autograph items, get on the radio, and Georgia Provost and I sell them. And of course, she gets a new Jeep every year.
Georgia's your partner in crime. She's a great one. Is she here with us tonight, or?
No, because I didn't know I could invite anybody I wanted to invite. So I invited the producer of the TV commercial.
I love that.
Good stuff.
Well, Alan, good to see you here. And, of course, congratulations on being honored here at the awards. And we'll see you inside.
I look forward to it.
All righty. Thank you.
We'll see you soon. All right. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, let's check out this lovely group right here. We've got Dr. Patricia Allen with 50 Cent. Let's talk about that. So you were here with the foundation that he honors?
G Unity Business Lab and HISD, which is a part of G Unity Foundation and Horizon United Group as well.
Tell us what a huge impact that you have on our community.
It's been a tremendous impact. As you can see, it's about the kids. And we have 4 students here that participated in the program this year. We've seen students grow tremendously. 50 has been a tremendous supporter of the program. Truly seeing these students just come out of their element, start businesses, and just grow into their own as entrepreneurs in the city of Houston.
And let's talk to some of the students here. How excited are you guys to be a part of this program?
I'm truly very excited to be a part of this today. I feel like it's a great opportunity to meet so many people today and be a part of something 50 Cent is doing again.
And how has it changed your life, the trajectory, the direction that your life is going in as a student?
Well, it has changed a lot because where I'm from, I really wouldn't be here right now without 50 Cent. And he really opened my mind up to different things and different opportunities that I could get just by putting the work into it.
And when you guys realized that it was 50 Cent that was a part of the program that you're now a part of, what was that like for you?
It was actually amazing, quite amazing, and it gave a very big opportunity that a lot of people don't get. And, opportunities like this, we take seriously.
And the opportunity that you have, do you have friends like, can I get in the program? How do I get in?
Yes, there's many people who have came up to me and said, well, I should have thought about joining. Like, yeah, you should have thought about joining, and it's fun.
That's on you now.
Yeah. And how meaningful is it to have someone as high profile as 50 Cent to back this and to really see how important this is?
I feel like it has brought a lot of people attention to our community. A lot of people don't, understand where we're from or get an idea of what we go through on a daily basis. And I feel like 50 Cent being a part of like creating this program gave people a vision to see like, hey, this is where we're from, and let's make changes in different communities.
And we have the other part of the program, Elizabeth Martin over here. Elizabeth, did you just get on the phone when we're interviewing you?
Sorry.
My God in heaven.
I'm so sorry.
Elizabeth.
I was talking to Al Kashani.
And he's an important part of this program. Tell us a little bit about that.
Al is one of the other partners of the program. He's the president of Horizon Group International, who's a developer here. He and Curtis have been friends for a very long time and developed the program together. So we have had the opportunity to work with the amazing kids and Dr. Allen, who you guys just saw. Working with HISD and the kids has been a lifetime achievement for all of us.
Did you feel good putting him on the hold? Like,
I did.
Shut up!
I just hung up on my boss, and Al, when you watch this, I apologize. So I'll see you in there.
Oh, I think
All right,
that
thank
you'll
you, appreciate it.
understand.
And of course, we will be bringing you coverage on Fox 26. We want to thank you for joining us tonight.
We do. Thank you for being here. It's going to get only more magical from here. We'll have the highlights for you on Fox 26 Morning News. I'm quite sure of it. So tune in, wake up early with us tomorrow morning.
And we'll have something on the Factor Uncensored tomorrow night at 10:30. Have a great one.
Celebrating 50 years of broadcasting excellence on the campus of Texas Southern University. We are The Choice, 90.9 KTSU, your community station. 50th anniversary, KTSU.
Live from the Royal Sedesta Houston Galleria Hotel, it's the 2022 Annual Houston Humanitarian Awards with your hosts, Fox 26 Houston, Isiah Carey, and Melissa Wilson.
And welcome to the Houston Humanitarian Awards, the annual event that we are here to participate in. It's great to see you, Melissa.
It is incredible to be back again with you, Isiah.
So I just got back from New York City 2 hours ago. Just landed in the city of Houston. We went there to cover Jay-Z's Social Justice Summit. and we were excited. We were waiting to see Jay-Z.
And
There was no Jay-Z.
Oh, no.
We had Yo Gotti. See? Who is Yo Gotti? I haven't had a hit in years.
Well, you have this incredible crowd to welcome you back to H-Town where you
Thank
belong, right?
And I figure in H-Town we can get a real celebrity like Curtis Jackson, 50 cents. Look at God. Won't he bless you?
Thank you very much. We just saw you walk in the room. We're happy you're here with us tonight. Thanks for being here with us, everyone. What a magical evening we have prepared for you tonight. Everything from fun entertainment to just remarkable individuals who so deserve the credit they are getting tonight, and that is to honor them for all that they do for this city we call H-Town, very lovingly, that we all love so very much. You're going to hear some incredible stories tonight about people who do so very much. I feel like we're all going to be inspired to do more because of it. But right now, please put your hands together for a performance by Sugarland Dance Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founders of the Houston Humanitarian Awards and Random Acts of Kindness, David and Trevia Dennis.
Oh, wow.
We actually know that dog very personally.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. I didn't write anything to say, so I hope you allow me to speak from my heart. I'm often asked to tell my story, and it's hard for me to tell my story without getting emotional and letting you all know why you're here tonight. I lost two children, a 4-year-old and a 13-year-old. And my only brother was 25 years old. He passed from sarcoma cancer. And during those dark moments, there were organizations and individuals that helped me through that process. And so many individuals contribute to the betterment of Houston, and you never hear about it. And you never hear about them until you're at their funeral. And I'm like, wow. Why does it take a funeral to bring out so many amazing things about people? Why can't we give them their flowers while they're here, while they're alive, and we can say, thank you, we see you? Because it's hard. I know it's draining and it's hard, and you do so much for others, but if one can reach back and say, I see you, thank you, you helped me, you helped change my life, you've inspired me, I think that brings meaning, and it makes your life feel purpose, like I discovered my why. So I wrote something I want to share with you. It says, thank you, thank you, thank you, from the bottom of our hearts, for your commitment to serve, for your countless hours, for your many sacrifices, for your dedication, and for your generosity. I can go on and on. We see you. We are here tonight to give you your flowers, to cheer you on, and to celebrate you. I know one would say, I don't need the recognition. Just as I say all the time, we just do the work. If one soul is saved, one life is changed, and one person is inspired, it makes all those countless hours and sacrifices meaningful. It defines our why. Dare not to live in despair. Continue to do good with no reward. Only God sees them all. Your sacrifices will not be in vain. They are far much greater than riches or fame. For all the hearts you've touched and souls you've changed, the angels will rejoice when heaven bells ring. You are a shining light in darkness we see, to encourage others like you and me. Our assignment in life come in different forms, to teach and encourage from the time we are born. As you run your race, hold up your head up high with dignity and grace. Thank you.
We want to make sure that we give a shout out to the Royal Sedesta. Isn't this a lovely venue for us to all be here tonight?
And at this time, we'd like to bring out Royal Sedesta General Manager Pete Ells.
Good evening. How are you?
Great, good. Well, it's great to have you here. On behalf of our associates and team members here at the Royal Sedesta Houston, I want to welcome you. This is year number 8 for us since we started in a small ballroom on the other side of the hotel with about 50 or 60 people 8 years ago, and we've grown to this so far, and we keep growing. So we're really proud of that. Also want to recognize all the award winners in the room. Every year I am just so amazed by the stories that we hear. And I'm not sure whether I coined the phrase or David did, but you're all a bunch of hidden angels in this room. And not everybody always sees what you're doing day in and day out in the community. And this is our chance to recognize you and what you do every day. But thank you for everything that you do, because I know a lot of people don't see it. And a lot of people don't give thanks, but this is our attempt at trying to do that for you. So congratulations on being here tonight. Again, thank you for supporting our community, and welcome to the Royal Sedesta. Great to have you here. Thanks.
Thank you again, Pete, for being such a lovely host for us this evening. And just the biggest, huge hugs to David Trivia. What an incredible powerhouse couple who've done so much for so many of us. Just an honor to be with them, to hear their story. And how powerful is it that they took their pain to make everybody else happy? I think we need to put our hands together for that lovely couple.
Absolutely. They are a wonderful couple who have put this together and continue to recognize the heroes of our community every year. Just want to say hats off to you guys. Now we'd like to introduce pianist Jeff Renzel and vocalist Meredith Terrall.
There's an attitude in Houston, a way of life that's rare. It takes no time at all to see that people truly care. You can feel it everywhere. We're a city that's filled with smiles, bright as the Texas skies above. Open hearts and open arms, the things that we all love. There is kindness in the air. Here in Houston, here in Houston, Houston has the spirit. It's just like people say, side by side, standing strong, we rise to meet the day. We're all in this together. That's Houston through and through. You can see all of our people reaching out to lend a hand, looking out for one another, for together we will stand, and we welcome everyone with Texas attitude and style. We're not afraid to fail. We get up, dust off, and try again, blazing brand new trails, always going the extra mile. Here in Houston, here in Houston, That's Houston. Everyone together. That's Houston. Me and you.
Jeff and Meredith, that was absolutely beautiful. And you look at Houston, wasn't it? And you look at Houston in video and you think about all we went through. And then I think about those of you in this room who lived through that and then did something about it to help make a difference. It's truly powerful.
At this time, let's bring up Janice Weaver, who is representing the mayor's office for our next honor here. Give her a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, wow. We're talking about humanitarian. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. You know, as last year's recipient, Chris Patricia and I were honored on last year. And we did tell trivia that we didn't need the recognition for the work that we do. Because that's who we are and that's what we do. So my name is Janice Weaver, and I'm here on behalf of our mayor, our great mayor, Mayor Sedesta Turner, who could not, that's right, give it up for, I will tell him, especially his employees back there are not applauding, Mayor Sedesta Turner, who could not be here this evening, but he has a special note. I look forward to this event every year, recognizing people who give of themselves and their treasures for the benefit of others. These acts of kindness reflect the very best of who we are. One person or organization cannot do everything, but one act of kindness can certainly and can profoundly impact someone else. And when others do the same, just imagine the lives that will be changed for the better. On behalf of the city of Houston, I congratulate each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice, representing the mayor's office. And now it's our honor to introduce some incredible entertainment tonight, stellar entertainment, Grammy Award winner, Regina Bell. We're going to make an adjustment. We have Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, who just walked in. So we're going to bring her up on stage now. Always good to see her. She works for the people tirelessly. And we're glad to see you. Come on up, Congresswoman. We're at a standoff here, and that's what we're going to do. Congresswoman not ready, Regina not ready. What are we going to do? I'll say, Used to spend my nights out in barroom. Liquor was the only love I've known. But who's next?
Please welcome one of our special performers for this evening. Put your hands together for Ricky Davis.
That's what I said.
Welcome back to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. This is an American anthem about self-determination. I'm a Frank Sinatra tribute artist, and I'm sure you'll be familiar with this tune. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemptions. I planned each chartered course, each careful step along the byways, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew, but through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. Let the record show I took the blows and did it my way. I loved, I laughed and cried, I had my share of losing, but now that tears subside, I found it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. Let the record show I took the blows and did it my way.
Yes, it was my way.
Ricky Davis, everyone. Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you for the goosebumps. That was lovely. We really enjoyed that. And yes, now we have the Honorable Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Put your hands together. She has a special presentation to share with us this evening.
Since we're among family, I thought Ricky Davis' "I'll Do It My Way" song might have been very good to come up before I pay tribute to this wonderful couple and the Houston Random Act of Kindness Day and the Lemon Tree Foundation. Let us give all of them a very big rousing applause. And I'm going to try that one more time. Let's give them a rousing applause. I was ready, but I just landed and I knew that Isiah needed a little entertainment and something humorous to say. So he did a great job, and I want to give both of our mistress and master of ceremonies my special applause, because every time you're asked, you say yes. Give them both a rousing applause. I'm going to get you used to clapping because there's so many wonderful honorees here tonight. My task was really not greetings. My task is really to honor a wonderful man by the name of Tim Miller, and as well to be able again to acknowledge this wonderful family who has generated these wonderful acts of kindness, of which I want to make sure that we say thank you to Trevia as well, to honor them for all the work that they have done. This room is full of deserving honorees who are certainly individuals who have taken their time to be family to strangers. And what does that mean? For your giving, your caring, someone who is not a member of your family has benefited, has survived, has had their life changed because of your charity, your generosity, your love and affection for making a difference. In the biblical terminology, of course, it is the Good Samaritan. And I'm so proud to be able to represent a community that is so full of Good Samaritans. That's why tonight, having just come back into town, I wanted to make sure I was able to come and honor an individual who is so special to this community, Tim Miller. Tim Miller is someone who has taken his pain and tried to turn it into joy for so many families who've had missing loved ones. Tim Miller lost his daughter to a murder in North Galveston in 1984. He was at that time a very prosperous and productive and efficient general contractor. They were living their life as a family, as a dad. And unbeknownst and unsuspectedly, I don't know how one could imagine that your loved one would be the victim of violence or become missing. As a member of the Judiciary Committee and the chair of the Crime, Terrorism, and Homeland Security, we continuously receive the accounting of the numbers of Americans that go missing every day, every month, and every year. For those families, it is an unspeakable pain. It is a pain that has no comfort. And in particular, when after all the looking and the searching, you either did not find that loved one, or tragically, you find that loved one brutally murdered. Tim Miller stands by those families as he has stood up EquiSearch. You find him in deep marshes, on the edges of water. He has a knowledge and a compassion to stand with those families who are experiencing something they've never experienced. I bring to your attention little Malaya, who was unfortunately taken out of her home in a plastic bag. No one could imagine something so violent would happen to a 4-year-old. That body was not found a few blocks away. It's not found in Houston. It's not found in Harris County or even in Texas. Tim Miller continued to persist and work with the Houston Police Department to find that body in Arkansas. That's a giant of a man with a giant of a heart. And tonight I'm so privileged that he is being honored by this wonderful organization, the Human Acts of Kindness, and honored by all of you. Tim Miller could not be here tonight, but we didn't want to let this moment go by without him hearing and knowing that this wonderful audience and this wonderful organization thought enough of him again to honor him for the work that he does, lonely as it is for those families, lonely as it is for him, remembering all the time of his beloved daughter, Laura. But at least he takes that pain and tries to turn it into joy for all the families he has helped. Would you give Tim Miller, the head of EquiSearch, a very rousing applause? He will receive his plaque, and I'm delighted to present to him, through you, David, this recognition for Tim Miller, founder, Texas EquiSearch 2022 Annual Houston Humanitarian Awards, and to also acknowledge you and your bride, to present you likewise, acknowledging this great moment and what you do all the time. And thank you for working with the 18th Congressional District throughout the pandemic. Never stopped working with each and every person who is in need. You all stood the tide through that time period, and we're so grateful to have you in our community, in our city, and in our hearts. Thank you so very much, and congratulations to all of the honorees. This is a very special night for each and every one of you. I count you as an American hero or shero, because you do extend your understanding of someone else's pain. You are there as a good Samaritan. God bless all of you, and God bless the United States of America.
And I'd just like to say one thing. When your loved one comes up missing, Tim Miller is the one that's going to go get him.
That's
and
right.
I think that we owe him a standing ovation for what he does. Because I promise you, no matter where your loved one is, whether it be anywhere across the world, he's going to go try to find them for you. And that's the least that we could do for someone who gives of himself for your family, and he doesn't even know you. So please, give him a standing ovation, please.
And louder. I'm always saying, raise the roof, everybody, raise the roof.
And Congresswoman, thank you so much, because first of all, we know that if we would have said no, we would have been in big trouble with you. So thank you for
You'll
always...
be back again.
Right. So thank you for always counting on us and allowing us to be a part of what you do. And we love you because you are all of us. You represent us. No matter what it is, you are always at the front fighting, and we appreciate you for that.
I thank you so very much. Give me one moment. He opened the door before I step off the stage. First, I got to acknowledge my good friend 50 Cent. Why? Because his last name is Jackson. So I've got to make sure that everybody knows that. And I need to get that 50 right. So 50 cents, not 50 cents, but 50 cents. Did I get it right? There he is, please. Uh-oh. I must be getting a check. Charitable check. Charitable check. Charitable check. He has come into our lives and our community. And many people relocate here, but he has come with a big heart and has given to so many organizations and is about to help us this coming week, I think, with the buyback that the mayor is sponsoring. And so we're very excited about that. Janice, you're here representing our wonderful mayor, and he has worked so hard. And I thought it would be very good for 50 Cents to announce that he was going to help with the gun buyback. Gun buyback will be helping to make sure that you give more guns off the streets so we can be safer. How about that? Anybody likes that? All right. You good? One last thing about Tim Miller that I may have to engage And just to remind this audience that a young woman who grew up here, graduated from Nimitz High School, is in, oh, she's giving his award right now. All right. Okay. All right. Did I say enough about him? Did I say enough about him? Anyhow, I'll take a pause. He has done so much for our community and also for the nation. He has a major partnership with HISD. I did not know I was going to present him his award. HISD, that is a powerful program with young people who are learning about business. It is in Worthing High School and Wheatley High School and Cashmere High School. It's an amazing program. It takes young people whose life has not been the best, and they have been turned around. And he did that on his own, quietly, in this community. And whenever you ask, he is here, our new neighbor. It is outstanding for us to say, would you welcome, I assume you're able to say a word to the podium. Oh, he isn't. Okay.
I'm the only one who will stand up.
Yes.
We got a video for it.
Oh, a video. All right, so you're showing the video now?
Here we go.
Okay. Because I have to,
All right.
all right, I'll wait on the video. Well, the board came. This is like the Emmys.
Now, I said they had a video. You need to run that video.
As I got to a certain point in my career, I started to look at things, and you start to be kind of focused a little more on legacy. Coming from New York City to Houston, it was a whole different adjustment. Like, I would give the finances, the money to other organizations in New York. It wasn't through G-Unity or me doing it. When I got here, I communicated to them that I wanted to do it, and they were like, that might work. It might be a good idea. And I'm like focused on the rougher areas first, because I have a specific connection with them in a different way. They identify with some of the pain and some of the tough situations that I went through in the music that I communicated. So we ended up with 300 students, and we only could fit 75 of the 300 people who applied, because we had to do 25 for each school. It was Cashmere, Whitley, and Worthing. Out of the 75 kids, 61 of the kids are in the program and employed. I'm excited about the project. The idea of creating a better version of yourself is exciting, right? Like, because these kids may end up being just a better version of 50 Cent.
You see how I was patiently waiting for Sheila to be done? You see? Before I say anything about receiving this award, I just want to say she's mastered the art of gentle roughness. When she says things, she says, well, Curtis, I have this idea. I want you to support me on this. What she's really saying is, I have this idea, and you better support me on this. That's how she do it. You know, but we're going to get them to bring some of them guns back. All right, come. We're going to do that. But this is really exciting for me, and I'm honored to receive this award. Coming to Houston, well, I've experienced kindness by people who just live in Houston. This is what drew me to Houston. And the no state taxes absolutely added to it, the idea. Yeah, that's kindness. You know, when I think about New York City, all I got was the Yankee hat. That's all they gave me in exchange for the taxes they took from me. When they said 58%, I said, you're my partner? Is anyone going to help me write the song? It's going to happen, you know. But for me, it's really exciting to come in and to be reintroduced to a circle of people that are already on that level, already in a good space and have good energy. It allows me to blossom and move further at a faster pace. You know, and different ideas pop up, and I just want to do different things. You know, so look, the hip part of hip hop is connected to youth culture, And we getting older, like every day we getting older. Like I could play like Morgan Freeman. Like my hair would go gray if I didn't. I'd be in the mirror, I'd be painting them little pieces I paint. Get them out the way. I ain't ready to go over there to the gray side of things, you know. But this is you know, because of, you know, hip hop, I get a chance to put on athletic inspired clothing, and I pull a hat down, and I continue to do what I do musically and enjoy myself, you know. So there's ways that, you know, we kind of got to hold on to, you know, they said they're bringing sexy back. We try not to let sexy go nowhere, right? But, you know, like, in every way, like, I don't like to write things down when I have to do, like, speak about something, because I feel like they kind of thought about it, and it's kind of, I can write. Like, I write hit music. People don't agree on much. It's pretty tough to get people to agree. You know, like, even look at our government. It's split, the Democrats and Republicans. They rarely agree on everything. When the music is playing, we agree to enjoy ourselves at that point, you know. So I can't believe it. Is that JQ? Oh, man. What's up, Pimpin'? I can't believe they let him in. This is my God. You know, look, this is so interesting. Like, when I came to Houston, I had a dinner. I met with Sheila. I met with Sylvester Turner, the mayor. I met with Al put it together. My general counsel Steve was there, and we talked to Dr. Lathan. She was the head of HISD at the time, and then I got scared when they told me she was going to change. They was going to change the position, and then Miller House came in, and I was like, oh, he's cool. Like, he showed up to several events that I was actually doing, and I was there. In the beginning, Unity in 2004, I only made donations to other existing foundations that were having success. Now I'm actually participating with it because I have time. I can apply myself around. I don't want to talk everybody to death. I want to give them time to enjoy the other honorees that are coming, so I'll get off. What should you say your name again? Isiah? Isiah. Isiah think he's tough. He actually said something to Sheila. I saw that. I saw he thinks. I was like, what do you think, you tough? You don't do that. You don't ever do that.
I'm just a sweetheart. As I go off the stage, please remember Brittany Griner. That's who I was going to say, who is now still detained in a Russian jail. We are working hard to get her out, but it'd be nice for all of you just to remember her, tweet out, free BG, grew up here, graduate of Baylor, and two-time Olympian. Many of you know her, and we thank you for concern for her and her family. Hometown girl. Thank you so very much.
And before you go, we have a special proclamation for you. I'm just bullshitting. It's a selfie. Got it.
He did not just use that word, all right. That's for Fox 26 Morning News, so you'll have to tune in for that one. All right, thank you so much, 50 Cent. So happy you're here with us tonight. And to the Congresswoman, put your hands together one more time. All right, now it's time to honor Alan Helfman, who has raised millions of dollars through more than 80 fundraisers for Texas Southern University to support 3rd and 5th Ward students. He has hosted more than 100 fundraisers for the Houston Police Department, including recent events to support families of fallen officers. Take a look.
I saw Dad and Mother be very benevolent through the years and try to help all different kinds of charities. And I thought if I ever got in the chair that I think I would use a lot of the money to help people and make their lives a little better. It's been an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to be able to sell cars to the public and at the same time take a little bit of that money and spread it over our first responders and people that need it, and it goes out on a daily basis. I keep like 200 sports memorabilia items in my office at all times. So anybody with a charity or something that is worthy, I try to give them some opportunity to raise money themselves. How long can I do it? Or how long can this go? And, you know, and hopefully it can go forever. But at the same time, you always have that in the back of your head that there may be a possibility where you won't be able to help people that way. So you just keep riding the wave, and hopefully you can, day by day, just make somebody a little bit happier.
Please welcome Alan Helpman. Come on up here.
Well, 50 Cent, I can dance too at 102 fundraise for HBD. They taught me to sing Brick House and all kinds of stuff. The eyes of Texas are apart. Anyway, make a long story short, I don't have Georgia Provost here, and I don't have 10 of the most gorgeous girls in the world, and I don't have 80 items signed by Earl Campbell and Bragman and everybody else. But I was able to make people a little bit. I kind of wake up each day and think, can I make a difference in somebody's life? I could give 15 cars away during COVID, which I did. I bought $100,000 worth of masks. HBD didn't have any masks, and HFD didn't have any masks. And I said, I'll pay one guy $7 a mask. I said, how many are you going to deliver to me now? He said, I'll deliver every one I get. And then Marty Langton was getting them, and Ray Hunt, and Joe Gamaldi, and I was running over to HBD every day and stuff like that. So I get energized when somebody says, hey, Alan, we want to honor you. I say, hey, there's a bad hurricane in the city. It's called Hurricane Harvey. And he says, well, just raise me $800,000. We may not even have the fundraisers. It was 7 Acres Geriatric Center. I said, you could write it in the book, I'll raise you $800,000. When I got off the stage, I had $4.7 million.
Oh, thank you so much for all you do for Houston. Incredible. Okay, we are going to now enjoy that incredible performance. Put your hands together for Grammy Award winner. Here we go, Regina Bell. Okay, so our singers still warming up a little bit, so we're going to continue our awards. Right now, it is my sincere pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Carolyn Farb. It has been my personal honor the past few decades to get to work alongside her with several organizations and see up close and personal what happens to an organization when she puts her name by it, around it, for it. When she believes in something, I'm telling you, it is absolutely remarkable to see what happens. Doors open, money starts flooding in, and magic happens. I've seen it time in and time out, year after year. And wait till you find out how much money she has helped raise for this fine city of Houston. I feel like we need some major drum roll before I get to that. But she certainly personifies the perfect volunteer whose commitment to hard work over the past 3 decades set the standard for philanthropic efforts. Dr. Farb is a fundraising visionary who has raised more than $30 million. Can you believe that? Incredible. Her charity endeavors are countless, and her life exemplifies public service and is an example of the power of what one person can do. Please put your hands together one more time for Dr. Carolyn Farb. Let's try this mic.
What?
Here we go.
Okay. I wanted to give Max a little applause because he was very excited to be here, even though it's kind of against the rules, but he was moved and motivated.
We can't see him in the wide shot, but hopefully you can see who she's talking about. Precious little Max, who is decked out to the nines in his blue bow tie. Congratulations. Thank you so much for being here tonight and for everything that you've done for Houston.
Well, I love Houston. I was born here, St. Joseph's Hospital. Everything about Houston is fabulous. And I appreciate being a Houstonian. And I'm glad all of you are here. And Trivia and David are just miraculous. What they've given to the city, the way they have lived their lives. And I had my notes. I don't know what happened. Oh, you have them. Okay, Maxie, now behave. Everyone should join me, and all of us applaud Trivia and Dave and Dennis. Don't get rough. We want to be here tonight because they personify the true meaning of philanthropy by the life that they live and the changes they've accomplished through that life that they live, and encourage other Houstonians. He's being very quiet now. Since 2014, the Humanitarian Award is presented to outstanding individuals. I'm honored to have been recognized by this incredible organization, and it's the second time. Anyway, I'm happy to see such a great crowd and to see Sheila Jackson Lee back home again, and some of the others that are coming just to be with us tonight. They have done such a great job. The Humanitarian Award is considered one of the top honors bestowed by our wonderful mayor, Sylvester Turner, who I'm sad is not here tonight, but he'll be with us another night. I have a little more to tell you. Whose arm is that, Bob's? What is that? Okay. Can you hear me? Or oh, good. People come from all over the world to be treated by our outstanding doctors and our wonderful medical center. This is all began by an endowment, and that's something we should all consider, making endowments. This was from Monroe D. Anderson and family members who funded a successful cotton merchandising firm called Anderson, Clayton and Company. Who made this possible are honorees concerning some of the grave matters we have to deal with in today's world. Thanks to the massive endowment and welfare of mankind, this is how I describe humanitarianism here in Houston. Being a humanitarian has many meanings, and there are many ways to help people in need. We know that people, even the smallest acts of service, the simplest acts of kindness, can bring a light into someone's life. And we've seen it, and we do it, and we want to do more, and we can't do it without all of you putting your finger point on it. Now, Maxie, I know you approve, but not now. Don't make me send you out. It can sometimes, something as simple as driving someone to church or to the grocery store, or providing a welcome company to the elderly, or bringing a meal to someone who rarely has a visitor. Houston is wonderful. We're, I don't know, is something stuck together? You okay? Oh, thank you, Bob. That was fun. Someone in need. Reading a book, providing a holiday meal to someone, or grander gestures like building a house for a wounded veteran. You have no idea what that means, or how quietly replacing a victim or a vehicle of a flood victim, other acts of kindness and humanitarianism. Most importantly, it's people like David and Trivia that want to help children with schools and all kinds of things that they need that can change their lives. I agree. Thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations. And now, I promise I'm not joking, we do have Regina Bell. Come on up.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, y'all can do better than that. How y'all doing? That's right. Talk back to a sister. I'm honored to be here this evening, but I am dreaming for the day. I am leaning on the day when we can stop being here for this purpose, that we're here tonight. To all the honorees, I want to dedicate this song. And to David and Trivia Dennis, thank you for inviting me back. It's so good to be invited back. Amen, somebody. I'm so glad to be a part of this, and this is just a small part that I'm able to do. Thank you for having me. This song is simply called If I Could.
If I could, I'd protect you from the sadness in your eyes, give you courage in a world of compromise. Yes, I would, if I could. I would teach you other things I never learned, and I'd help you cross the bridges that I burned. Yes, I would, if I could. I would try to shield your innocence from time of a part of life I gave you. It isn't mine. I will watch you grow so I can let you go. If I could, I'd help you make it through hungry years, but I know that I can never cry your tears, baby. No, no, no. But I would if I could. If I could, in a time and place that you don't want to be. You don't have to walk along this road with me. My yesterday won't have to be Now there isn't much more, not much more that I can do. Oh, but I would if I could, I would try to shield the innocence from sin, from the blood of life. I gave you an innocent mind. I'll watch you grow, so I can let you go. If I could, I'd help you make it through hungry years, but I know that I can never cry or tears. Oh, but I would if I could. Yeah. If I could, I'm sorry. I thought I was done. So I have the awesome opportunity to work with a young man who he's just amazing to me. When I start talking about him, sometimes I just start tearing up because I see the journey that he has traveled. When I first met him, he had come to New York with $40 and a dream. He got to the new school in New York City and got a full scholarship. And a friend of mine, told him that I was holding auditions. And then I met this young man, and he came on and began to be a part of our musical family. I was so glad to have him because I got introduced to all the different talents that he had packed in that body. From not just being a bassist, but being able to play keyboards, being able to arrange music, and he can sing his face off. Yes, he can, and back on again. Thank God for that, amen. And I'm so glad to announce this next song that I'm about to sing. The young man that is joining me on the stage is one of Houston's finest. Would you please welcome to the stage Mr. Chris Walker.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But now from way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new
Don't you dare close your eyes. it gets better. I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far.
I can't go back to where I used to
be. New world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go,
or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. There's time to spare.
Let me share
this whole new world
with you. A whole new
world.
That's where we'll be.
Where we will be.
What thrilling shade.
Wondrous place.
For you and me. You and me, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Christopher Walker.
Let's give Regina Bell and Christopher Walker another round of applause. Great job. And we're moving on with the program. Our next honoree is Councilman Edward Pollard. Councilman Edward Pollard is the founder of Suits for Success. Kidding. An organization that mentors teens on life skills. The program focuses on public speaking, etiquette, training, personal finance, resume building, mental health, peer pressure, interview techniques, and how to tie a tie. Each student receives a free suit, shirt, and tie for high school graduation and life beyond. And of course, see, this is what y'all miss on The Factor Uncensored on Fox, 10:30 at night, Monday through Friday. You need to watch. Here's a video presentation.
Well, I had mentors, all throughout my life at different levels, whether it was a teacher or a family friend, someone that poured into me and showed me the value of having mentorship and how that can impact a young person's life. And so when I got to the age where I could do the same, it was a priority for me to do so. Suits for Success came about because one day I was watching the news and I was seeing a story about high school girls that were getting dresses for prom. And these underprivileged girls were able to choose from them and have something to wear for their high school prom. But I didn't see anything about the boys. I didn't see anyone giving the suits or a tuxedo. And so we came up with the idea of Suits for Success. And Suits for Success was really a mentorship group that focuses on inner city high school boys and really dives deep into the things that we know that they need to know when they graduate from high school and they leave the confines of that structured system. And the classroom and algebra and geometry and different things like that don't teach you everything that you need to know, right? And so when you think about personal finance, the difference between debit and credit, what is interest rates? Those are the type of things that they may not teach you in school, but you need to know those right away. And so we try to focus on those type of issues and topics through our class.
Let's welcome to the stage Councilman Edward Pollard, a man who works tirelessly in the community, giving back and guiding the young people as well as our seniors and whomever needs that guidance. And we also have a proclamation from Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Congratulations, sir.
Well, good evening to everyone. You all look amazing tonight. First, I want to thank God for his continued blessings on my life. There's no doubt that God blesses us to bless others, and he is pleased when he sees us do that. Second, I want to thank David and Trivia Dennis and the Random Acts of Kindness Foundation for recognizing me for this award. I have attended and supported this gala over the past several years, and it's amazing to see how it has grown, and I'm humbled to now be an honoree. I have the privilege of serving you all as a member of the Houston City Council. By profession, I am an attorney and the owner of Pollard Legal Group. But my most rewarding aspect of my professional life is being the founder of Suits for Success, a 501c3 organization that mentors high school boys on life skills. We teach them things that they would not learn in a traditional classroom setting, such as public speaking, etiquette training, resume building, interview techniques, how to tie a tie, and more. At the completion of the program, each student receives a free suit, shirt, and tie for high school graduation and life beyond. It never gets old to see the boys when they take off their jeans and their hoodie and they put on that new suit at the tailor. They instantly transform before your eyes. They stand up taller, shoulders back, firm handshakes, and they look you directly in the eyes. See, most of these boys come from challenging backgrounds, but they have so much talent and potential. What we provide is guidance, discipline, and exposure, because we know what they see and what they know they can become. Finally, I want to thank those who helped shape me to make giving back to others a priority. My mother and father, Donald and Diane. My mother has been an educator at Texas Southern for over 40 years, and my father served honorably in the Vietnam War. They both emphasized the importance of service to others at an early age. I want to also thank my godparents, Helen, Hayes, Ronnie Sr., and Stelina, for being supportive of all my pursuits. My brother Michael, who mentors me and is an example of why mentors truly matter, and his wife Tammy, for allowing Michael to have so much time to mentor me that sometimes I forgot that he had his own children at home. Lastly, to my beautiful wife Vanessa, to my son EJ and my daughter Nadia, thank you all for sacrificing so much for me. Whenever I'm away, just know that nothing I do and nothing that I can accomplish can be done without your love and your understanding. I love you all dearly. To every other honoree, congratulations on your award. And know that everyone here tonight and watching online, that if we all do our small part, we can make a huge impact. May God bless you all.
Our next honorees tonight, Darryl and Linda Wisniewski from Bayway Auto Group, are proud supporters and sponsors for historical black colleges and universities, several church organizations, AKA and Delta Greek organizations, and schools for the disability. They sponsored a flight for a young man with an immune disorder to fly into Houston for surgery. The doctor couldn't perform the surgery, and they flew him back home with no hesitation. Here's a closer look at them.
The good Lord's been good to us, and that's the first thing I can say right there. It's been awful good to us, and for me, there was no reason at all that he was so good to us, and so we do thoroughly enjoy giving back to the community.
We try to actually be involved and do things and serve on boards and serve on all kinds of different things, fundraising events, and actually be involved, not just write a check.
Something that really motivates us would be the underprivileged folks, the young people and all. Covenant House is one that I really enjoy investing in. Let's say, because there's so many children out there, or young people, period, out on the street. I mean, they have no place to go, and bad things always happen. There's so many different ones around here. I mean, we go to the colleges and all. We're not. We don't look at it as a donation. We're investing in people.
We just have kind of come along and tried to help where we can, and so that kind of puts us like, we didn't really do anything that great. We're just doing what we think God wants us to do, and that is get out and help where we can. And we didn't start anything. We're just following through.
We want to make sure the great groups and organizations continue, and that's our job. We didn't start them, but we want to make sure they continue because they're doing good things.
Now at this time, let's bring up Darrell and Linda. And we also want to present you each with a congressional proclamation from Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, well, Darrell's told me to talk first. So maybe you can...
I'm just happy I didn't step on her dressing yet.
Yeah. As you can tell, I never lost my Houston accent. This is a Herman Hospital accent, so when you hear it on the screen, it really is me. But we just really are very humbled and honored. Very undeserving is the way we feel, but we appreciate everyone, and we are very thankful. And I guess our thing is we just we're very blessed. We believe that God should get all the honor and the praise. So tonight, that's where we want to go. And I think one of my favorites, and I promise not to talk long, I think one of the best things we've done, though, is we're very fortunate. We have 5 children. All 5 of them are here. Some of them really had a hard time because all of our grandchildren, except for the little one, are in church camp. They had to take them, which, as a grandma, I want all my grandbabies in church camp, or in church, or in something. So I'm very thankful, and I think we've done a pretty good job with them. All of them give back. We have 2 school administrators that they go above and beyond with their children, and they're not just their children, but their children, lots of them. We have one that he and his wife, they have fed people after the hurricane, cooked and fed people, not just fed people. And we have one that is not only involved in rodeo and all those things, but she goes on mission trips to Guatemala to work with the kids and to dig water wells. And then Jonathan, poor guy, he is mom's muscle. He goes to all the events and has to carry and bring and everything. So I think that's my best thing, and hopefully that will be our gift to Houston, is that these kids, that they're still my kids, but they're not little anymore, but that they will continue. So very quickly, thought of the day. Darrell knows every morning I do a little devotional. So it says, make your light shine so bright that others can see to get out of darkness. So I think that's something we can all do. We can all be kind. We can all smile, because sometimes that's all somebody needs is a small smile. So I'm going to be quiet. Thank you so very much. And your turn.
Mine's a lot shorter. No, all I can say is, Linda said it too. We're so glad that our kids are here and all, and thankful for the being honored for this humanitarian award. But just real short and everything. We really just thinking back there just a while ago and everything, you know, Linda and I are both really extensions of our parents, because our parents were really the same way. They really enjoyed giving. They provided what they could for us, but then they did things for other people too, and they made us be polite. And I'm telling you what, we didn't. I remember my head getting shook by my ear and all that too. If I wasn't just polite or just didn't do something for somebody that I should have, and maybe it's just opening a door. But anyway, we are extensions of our parents, and we're pleased with that. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate it so much. We love you.
And now, Dr. Arisha Hilliard, who donated $75,000 to children in the Houston community. And how neat is this? Back in 2017, Pastor Hilliard brought together 22 girls via coach bus, took them to the Galleria. They had $1,000 to go on a fun shopping spree. What an incredible blessing for all of those girls. Right now, I would like you to check out the screen for more.
I am a senior pastor. My parents started our church in 1984, took it over in end of 2017, top of 2018. So I've been the senior pastor. And one of my passions is definitely youth ministry. I did youth ministry for a lot of years. And then I've had the ability during Hurricane Harvey, during the recent pandemic, to work with the city of Houston for outreach efforts and initiatives for our city, whether it was the water during the winter storm, whether it was the assembly of pastors that our mayor put together. Currently, we have partnerships with Houston Food Bank as well as Minnie's Pantry to distribute food in Houston. So it's been in me since I was a child. I've watched my parents give. My mother has a foundation, These Girls Foundation. My parents have always had a compassion for helping other people, serving other people, and it's just really a way to distribute and share the love of God in different forms. Some people just do it in the pulpit, but I think we're supposed to be the hands and feet of Jesus, and so to go out and distribute help and aid, whether it's children, whether it's adults, but making sure that you're there in times of need.
Dr. Arisha Hilliard, come on up. And here is your congressional documentation as well.
Well, good evening, everyone. And let me just say, I am blessed so many times because my mother does some amazing work, so sometimes they think that it's me, but it's actually my parents. So shout out to These Girls Foundation that actually took the girls to the mall to allow them to shop. But I learned giving back from my parents, and so let me first honor Apostle and Pastor Bridget for teaching me the legacy of giving back to others and not just getting something for yourself, but making impact in the community. I am deeply honored and appreciative to be here, and I definitely want to say thank you to the Dennis family, and then say thank you to our amazing community for considering me for this great humanitarian award. I am a native Houstonian, proud Houston, Texas, born and raised, and I love my city. And so whenever Janice Weaver calls, whenever the mayor calls, whenever something happens, I am always ready to show up, and they know that we're going to be the hands and feet of Jesus. And so I just want to say that again, I was taught as a kid that you are blessed to be a blessing, that whether it is setting up a COVID site, whether it's Hurricane Harvey, making sure we opened up our facility, making sure that we had something there. It was really during Hurricane Harvey, I believe, that the waters were high at our East Campus, and they went into the building and there was no food. And I said that night to myself, I'll never let this happen again. And that's when we started our partnership with Minnie's Food Pantry to make sure that in East Houston we provide food to those who are in need twice a month. And then we have a partnership with the Houston Food Bank because it's our responsibility to make sure that we're caring for others. So whether it's a back to school drive, whether it's caring for teenagers at Love City USA over the summer, whether it's giving back to our church community, I am honored to always serve our community and be a blessing to others. And so let me close this by saying this, that I really am, and that I cannot do what I do by myself, that I am standing on the shoulders of greatness, and I am thankful for a church that understands the responsibility of caring for others. New Light Church has taken on the assignment and the mantle, and in 2018, when I got the baton of the church, and I decided that we would be definitely a church that would continue to impact the community, New Light Church made a decision that we be the light at all times, and we will be the light in our city. And so shout out to the greatest church in Houston, Texas, and that is New Light Church. For every group that we have an opportunity to partnership with, I am grateful that they have entrusted me with the assignment and with the partnership. And I close this by saying my father had a song that he loved and he still loves to this day. It's a song that we sing in church. It has become an anthem of my life, that if I can help somebody as I travel along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or a song, if I can show somebody that they're traveling wrong, then my living shall not be in vain. It is an honor to serve the city of Houston. It is an honor to serve my community. It is an honor to be the light and be a blessing to others. So thank you for honoring me today. God bless you.
Congratulations, Dr. Hilliard. Next on the list, Dave and Laura Ward's dedication to nonprofit that has served 3.5 million children in need, ponied up enough support to have the Child Life Room at Texas Children's Cancer and Hematology Center's outpatient clinic be renamed as the Laura S. Ward Houston Children's Charity Child Life Room. Give a round of applause for that. Dave has helped many organizations, but his work with Crime Stoppers of Houston has been and continues to be historic and unparalleled. Trying to encapsulate Dave's community service is almost impossible. He's a lifetime member of Crime Stoppers and the 100 Club of Houston, endowed lifetime member of the Partnership for Baylor College of Medicine, and a lifetime member of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Please welcome the Wards. And Laura, we have a proclamation from Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee for you.
I thank David and Trivia for this incredible evening I have not attended prior to this evening, and I should have. You guys do a great, great job. There are so many organizations, but this is very heartfelt. If Dave could be here tonight, he would be, but he cannot be, and I ask that all of you remember him in your prayers. He is challenged currently, but in good spirits. So our lives began together 23 years ago. We had known each other for years. He emceed something every Saturday night, and I think I chaired something every Saturday night. So our paths always crossed, and when we decided, after both of us divorced, to maybe date, I said, well, Dave, when do you date? You MC something every Saturday night. And I don't do much on a Sunday night because I'm a working girl. And we had to figure it out, and it was a tough thing to figure out. But I am certainly married to the most incredible man that I have ever known in my life. Dave loves this city. He loves everybody in it. He adores each and every one of you. His life of service, in my opinion, is unparalleled. 65 years of serving this city, and he will do it forever. As for me, I am just blessed to be surrounded by wonderful people who love children, and who doesn't love children? But I have been given the unique opportunity to be surrounded by people who assist me every day in caring for our city's children. whether it's doing Christmas for 20,000 children, and I can't see the lights, but if 50 Cent is still here, he just showed up on Polk Street and started giving out toys and wrapping paper because he heard there was the need. We have people in this city, if you're still here, thank you, 50 Cent. We have people in this city who make my job doable. They don't make it easy because it's not an easy job, but they make it doable. And I thank God every day for the support I have, for the board of directors I have. And yes, we have helped over 3.5 million children in 26 years, and I'm very, very proud of that. With your help and support, we will continue. This recognition tonight is so heartwarming. This is a lovely, lovely event. And David and Trivia, you guys just do a beautiful job, and your story is so from the heart. And Carolyn and Alan and all the other recipients, I'm just honored. Dave and I are both honored. He sends his love, and I know you give it right back.
Thank you, and we will absolutely keep you in our prayers. Now I'd like to tell you about Lamarcus and Amber Newman. Their family's philanthropic activities are long and include working with the relief effort during and after Hurricane Katrina, feeding people who are homeless at the Salvation Army, working with Boys and Girls Club of Brazoria County, volunteering at the Blue Triangle District K Clean It Up, Green It Up campaign for former council member Larry Green, volunteering with the NFL Youth Organization, Houston Football Prep Second Chance Camp, Houston Texans Youth Camps, and helping support our servicemen and women in Iraq, Qatar, Kuwait, and Afghanistan. Here's their video.
My mom worked in nonprofits, so I think that that's where I get my nonprofit, mission-driven motivation from. And, you know, Lamarcus, even when he was in college, he would go to see the kids in the hospital and sign, you know, a picture for them. And so I think it's just knowing that it's something bigger than us, and it's always better to do something for somebody than to try to do something for yourself.
When I was working for the government, so I'll come home and I'll substitute teach because I wanted to have that relationship with those young men and young women in those classrooms to be able to talk to them, and they could see someone that's wearing the same thing that they're wearing, maybe the designer clothes and things like that. And they were like, Mr. Newman, are you a football player? I said, man, I don't play football anymore, but now I work for the government. Oh, wow, and you wearing those J's or you wearing those clothes or whatever, and you start to see these guys that's now coaching or saying that they started off coaching because they seen me go through the route of being a substitute teacher.
We believe like in positive affirmations and speaking things into our life, and not just that, the people around us. So like if people, you know, are around us and, you know, we say, oh, you know what, like some of the kids at the track meet, they were, one of them was saying, I hope I can get in because I think she came in fourth or third.
Third place.
And I said, don't say you hope, say you will. Correct. You know, say you will get in. And so just seeing that and telling kids to just change their mindset. And like you said, it is about effort. Whatever effort you put in, that's what you're going to get out. And so if we're pouring effort into kids, then we're going to get success out of them.
Please welcome Amber and Lamarcus. And we do have a congressional proclamation for each of you.
First off, we just want to say thank you to the Dennis family. We appreciate you guys so much in the city of Houston for recognizing us today. We appreciate you guys. We would like to thank our parents, our kids that are here tonight, and our family members and friends that couldn't be with us tonight, but they are watching online. So my husband and I, we, like you saw in the video, we like to pour back into people. Both grew up in Houston, and so we definitely are so grateful for this opportunity. So I won't speak long, even though I'm an only child. I'll give the rest of the time for my husband to speak.
Well, that's a surprise because she just got mad at me for talking long outside, but that's okay. Okay, first and foremost, we'd like to thank God, too, as well. We want to thank God for the opportunity and thank David and Trivia for giving us the opportunity and this platform, too, as well. Our kids, my mom, my dad, Leo and Dorothy Newman, Amber's mom and dad, Sandra Bell and Michael Alfred, and then the people back at home in Louisiana, too, as well. Got to give a shout-out to Louisiana. Missed that food. Everybody, when people come up to us, they always ask ways to give back. And it's so many different ways in our community that you can be able to give back. You have organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, 100 Black Men. You have our sororities and fraternities, 100 Black Men, Alphas, of course, the Alphas. And then organizations like Change Happens. We have a wonderful CEO over there, and we have 22 different programs around the community that we give back. We're currently working on we're currently working on the football field at JKX High School, the George Floyd football field. So you can go online and see which ways you can give back that way. And then also mentorship. Me, I was mentored. I was mentored by 3 great men that chose to reach back and help me. Individuals like Dal Green, who played 21 years in the National Football League, who reached back out to give me a helping hand, an individual that was struggling. Individuals like Coach Mike Singletary, who also is a graduate of Woodard High School, the school that we both graduated from. Individuals like the late Gene Upshaw, who was the executive director of the NFL Players Association. Those gentlemen reached out and gave me a helping hand, an individual like myself who was struggling. Those individuals reached back out to mentor me. So each and every person in here can reach back out and help somebody. Give a helping hand to a young individual who needs help, because I too needed help. And then those men, no matter which status they was in, no matter how famous they was, they reached out and helped the young man in Hiram Clark community. So I want to thank those individuals, thank my parents, thank my family, thank Woodard High School, thank Texas Southern University, Texas A&M, Kansas State University, Lackawanna Junior College. Because without the individuals that went to those schools, the coaches that gave me a helping hand to help me, I wouldn't be here today. I want to thank my wife, too, as well, the beautiful wife, who's the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club. But everybody can reach out and help somebody. So I challenge everybody in this room to be able to become a mentor, give back through volunteer, give back to just donate money, to just be a working hand in the community. I am part of Houston, Texas. I love Houston, Texas. I love my community. So I challenge each and every person to give back. And then also, before we leave, please keep our families in prayer. We have we lost 2 people on both sides of the family. The Reverend Ronald Mouton, who recently passed away on my wife's side, and then Vernon Winfrey, who was Oprah Winfrey's dad. He was a pillar in our family. So please keep our family in prayer. But thank everyone. I want to thank Trevor and David. Greatly appreciate it. And thanks, everybody.
We're almost at the finish line. We won't keep you all night. We just want to remind you while you're here, if you can take the opportunity to take a look at the programs on your desk or on your table. There's a QR code on the back. Make sure you take a look at that. Donate. Help this organization continue to do the hard work that they do here in the city of Houston. Back of the program, QR code. If you got a flip phone, well, ask somebody. Next up, Kenneth Lee is a strong pillar in the Asian community, has long been active in public affairs in the local community, and much of his time is devoted to it. With funds from TERS, the organization provided $500,000 to help the Houston Police Department open a Midwest command station to improve the safety of the area. And here is Kenneth Lee's video.
every international city in the world, they have a Chinatown. The Chinatown is not a geographical term. It's more like a concept, for you to experience the richness of the culture. Of course, Houston is a big metropolitan area, but the Southwest Houston probably is the most densely populated. There's a lot of new business and a lot of development in the area, and that's why I helped to create the TERS number 20. We focus on safety, and we also make the environment, called environmental urban design, to make it clean and to make it nice. And we need to promote, this area on the business-wise and economic development. And I think Houstonians have a hospitality. 25% of our population were born outside USA. This community is very generous. They accept a lot of new concepts, new ideas, and Chinatown is part of it. And then we are also Americans, and we work very hard to make Houston, to be, hopeful to be the #1 city in America.
Let's welcome Kenneth Lee. And sir, we have a congressional proclamation for you this evening. Congratulations.
Wow. I didn't prepare a speech because I thought this is just a word. Can you hear me? I just want to thank, I think, Mr. and Mrs. Dennis, who organized this event. When I look at all these award winners, I'm so proud and so humbled to be part of it. I'm always learning. And I remember when I came in Houston in 1983, there's only 30,000 Chinese American in the greater Houston area. And now, as the city said, it's over 500,000. And Houston, I think, become one of the, probably is the most diversified city in America. And I think Asian American, we are probably the newest newcomers to this community. And I remember I learned always from my mentor, and some of them, they are here today. And in many of them, they should deserve this kind of award. And I wish that this is just the beginning, and will be more Asian American will learn from all these good people to make a contribution, to Houston. When I look at the video, I remember during the COVID, Asian community, we contribute at least over 3 million PPE and deliver over 20,000 hot meals to the front heroes who are the nurse, doctors, and who are also the truck driver and the first line heroes to serve the Houston. And we are proud to be of it. We have a many functions, try to raise scholarship, try to help the community. And I'm so proud that I have the privilege or the knowledge to help to create Southwest Management District. And also, Mr. Wadey here, he's chairing the International Management District. These probably are the anchor management district in the Southwest Houston. Safety is a priority. We are the only management district honor our Houston Police Department every year, March on Crime, to honor the Officer of the Year, Rookie of the Year, because they are the heroes. March on Crime is one of the events. Just recently, we have a big event, celebrate Independence Day at the Plaza America, have a fireworks show. we want to bring all the Americans to know freedom and independence is so important to all of us. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank some of our mentors here, Mr. Wei Lee, the chairman of the International District, Dr. Peter Chen, and then his better half, the Honorable Judge Teresa Chen, and many of them, they are my mentors. And I want to thank, at the last, my wife, Annie. Can you come to the stage, if I may? Annie, can you come to the stage? We are the first immigrants, so we spend a lot of time working. And I want to thank Annie, my wife, and my two kids, Brian and Derry, because when I spend time out there to do the work, to do some volunteer work, and she's always taking care of my business and our family. I'm so fortunate. I want to thank you, all of you. I'm so humble, and I wish that I will do more to the community like all of you. Thank you.
And our final award in this category goes to Bishop Leroy Woodard. We're talking about a prominent businessman, civic leader, and humanitarian with such a deep commitment. The stats here will astound you. Do you know how many people he has helped? Almost 10 million people. Put your hands together for that. Wow. 40 years of service we're talking about. Through scholarships and food vouchers, Bishop Woodard has continued the family legacy, and for the past 4 decades, the Super Feast has fed people who would otherwise go hungry on Thanksgiving and Christmas days, serving around 20,000 people per event. What a powerhouse to not only have the vision and say nobody should be hungry on the most special days of the year, but to do something about it decade after decade after decade. Take a look.
I'm a third wardian. I'm from Third Ward, Texas. That's the neighborhood of Houston, Texas, better known as the ghetto. I've been here all my life, and that's all I know. I don't know what it feels like to have a traditional Christmas at home. My dad and mom, we would have Christmas in feeding people and helping people. We never had a Christmas tree. We never had really presents. Now, we were not, deprived from those things. But, our sharing of the holiday season was bringing love and bringing comfort and feeding hungry bellies. And so it's from that lineage. And I was told that my father was inspired by his father, who was a farmer in the Louisiana area, and on the weekends he would take the fruits and the vegetables around the neighborhood, and he would pass it out, and that's how it grew, from my grandfather's covered wagon to my dad's church to my grandmother's kitchen to George O. Brown, and now it's nationwide.
Wow, Bishop Woodard, come on up. And here is your congressional proclamation. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Would you stand and clap your hands and sit back down? Stand and clap your hands and sit back down. Please be seated. I promised my mother that I was going to get a standing ovation someday. I'm very delighted, and to God be the glory. My mother is here, y'all, and I'm very happy to have her. and my lovely wife, over 38 years of marriage, and of course my choosy 2 sons, grown sons, who I hope would get married real soon to bring me some grandkids. And of course, Sister Stephanie, God bless you, and to the City Cathedral Church, one church in multiple locations, and Citywide Club, and all of the various supporters. Albert Einstein says, be careful how you tread this earth, because every footprint will show in your now and ultimately in your present and your future. He goes on to say that nothing can ever leave this earth without leaving an obvious trace. That's really called your history. And my father taught me, never forget your history, never allow your history to become your mystery. Never forget who you are and where you came from and how you got there. I too, as Dr. Hilliard said, I rest on the backs of my father, the late Bishop L.J. Woodard Sr., the Christian Rescue Mission. And of course, the people like Ernie Ladd and the people like Zolly Scales, and you may not know them, and J.C. Jones, and Reverend C. Anderson Davis, Plura Marshall, those pioneers of people, Ray Martin and Lord Parker, Bill Lawson, all of those individuals, Ed Shannon, George Nelson, Rick Roberts, all of those individuals were part of my life. And I'm constantly reminded every morning when I go in my drawer to get my socks, I see that same nail and that half-rolled toilet paper, the same nail that I used to use back in the 60s and the 70s to put behind the door to hang up my clothes. The same half-rolled toilet paper when my father would facilitate homeless people and prisoners, and we had to compete for toilet paper when I get back home from school. It reminds me how good God is. And each day I'm reminded of the need to serve people, the need to love. What would it be like if the world were to love? I believe that it would be an instant panacea of healing if we saw no race, if we saw no color. We just see God's creation. So on behalf of the many thousands of people that we serve, not just annually, but throughout the year, and certainly want to thank my dear brother, 50 Cent, because we were the first charity that he stopped by to give us some toys. I see Brother Al, too, as well. Thank you, man. And of course, all of the many thousands of volunteers we have, pretty close to 300,000 volunteers that's on our database, and all of our supporters throughout the years. I received this award on behalf of them, and so thank you, and certainly know that you would have to call us twice whenever you need us. Citywide Club and all 107 chapters nationwide is still serving mankind. Thank you.
Good evening. On behalf of Post Oak Motor Cars, we'd like to congratulate all the recipients of tonight's Humanitarian Awards. It's because of your random acts of kindness, your selflessness, and your philanthropic efforts that make our city great. As a Houstonian myself, we're very proud to call ourselves Houstonians because of you. Congratulations to all the winners tonight, and have a blessed evening.
Good evening, everyone. It's McQueen of McQueen's Custom Tailor here in 3rd Ward community, serving the community for 21 years. Wanted to take a moment to say thank you to all the recipients of the Humanitarian Awards this evening. Thank you for your philanthropy, your countless hours that you give back. Just want to say I hope you kick back and enjoy the evening, and God's blessings to you.
A huge congrats to all of our honorees. Thank you for making Houston a better place. David Dennis is back now with a special presentation.
Man, Bishop Woodard,
I'm coming on Sunday. I hear that growl in your voice. It's like, I felt like I was ready to pass the collection plate. So, first of all, good evening. It's been an amazing night so far. But before we move on, there's a few people I want to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge my beautiful mother-in-law, Ann Miller, with Ann Miller Etiquette. My dad, Nathaniel Dennis, that's my main man right there. And last but definitely not least, I just want to thank my amazing and beautiful wife, Trivia. Thank you for your vision for tonight. Thank you for your vision to make tonight a reality. You're always giving everyone their flowers. Well, tonight I want to give you yours. I want to thank you for having the wherewithal to turn your pain into your passion, which equates to Houston Random Acts of Kindness. And you're always animate about it not being about you. But tonight I want you to know it is about you for this time and moment. You are Miss Random Act of Kindness. Not solely for what you do for others, but for what you did for me. And that was your random act of kindness. Happy anniversary. All right, for what we're here for. The Florine Ivory Dennis Heroic Heart Humanitarian Award is about strength, determination, and resilience. This award exemplifies a willingness to fight and persevere through mental and physical pain and endure and withstand physical pain, the endurance to withstand such pain, and to be there for those who love and depend on you and never ask the question, why me? My mother did that for 14 years, beating breast cancer and lung cancer 3 times each, and living 7 years of her life with one lung and not wanting to carry an oxygen tank because she said that wasn't cute. So it was amazing. But with all that, she still loved my dad and I with all her heart, and that meant the world of us. Some would think that, and I guess you would find this hard to believe, I could be hard to love sometimes. But some would say that this sounds like our grandparents' stories of telling us that they walked 5 miles to school in 15 feet of snow with one boot on. But I would tell them, no, this reminds me more of a superhero. We think superheroes leap over tall buildings, are faster than a speeding bullet, and more powerful than a locomotive. But in reality, a superhero is one who battles life challenges and comes out on the other side. One that exemplifies strength, courage, and perseverance. Someone who stands tall in the midst of adversity. One who fights not for themselves, but for everyone that loves them because they know our lives would not be the same without them. And I say that because I know my life isn't the same without my mom. They say children are the greatest gift to the world. In actuality, moms are, because they give the gift of life. This year's honoree is truly a superhero. After an 8-year battle with cancer, he is here as part of Texas Children's Hospital long-term survivor program, ready to take on the world. And he's a superstar tight end as well. So with that being said, let me turn it over to the mom of the superhero.
Thank you for that. Yes, it can be confusing. Cook is my married name. Melissa Wilson on Fox. I'm Melissa Cook on the weekend, so we're honoring my son, Caleb Cook, tonight. Caleb is 15 now, and I'll bring him up in just a minute. But when Caleb was in kindergarten, he only got to go through a few weeks of kindergarten before he collapsed, and he was diagnosed with leukemia. And Caleb was swept into Texas Children's Cancer Center, and instead of learning his ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and eating sticky candy with all of his kids, he was in the cancer center learning how to swallow little bitty pieces of candy so that he would be able to take the medicine that would save his life. That first month of treatment, he would swallow, actually the first week, he would swallow 592 pills. I remember them very closely. I counted every one. I watched everyone go down. I charted every single one of them. And someone gave him a lion with a little Bible verse on it that said, "Be strong and courageous." And he said, "I'm going to be." And for the next 4 years of chemotherapy every single day, he never asked why. He agreed. He knew that his mom had a very high-profile job, and he thought that maybe this happened for a reason at that young age. And he agreed to a blog where he would let me openly post pictures of what he was going through so we could show people what cancer really looks like. After he left the hospital in only 1 week, he was unrecognizable. Not only his physical appearance, but his mood after taking massive, massive amounts of steroids. But his attitude of hope, of grace, never changed. We would all be sad some days, and he would build us up, and he would make us laugh. And we all know that cancer doesn't affect one person. It affects the entire family. And he had a big brother, Zachary, who was there behind the fish tanks, making silly faces and doing everything he could, skipping school as much as he could get by with to be there for his little brother and to help him. But Caleb just impressed us so much. He played baseball all through all of those years and then went on to become a football player. And how incredible is that this child who went through so much and had his muscles atrophy to go on and play football. He is also, I would say, all of Houston was praying for him, and I want to tell you we got those prayers back. Caleb is supposed to have what you call chemo brain, and it was supposed to wipe out the math part of his brain, where he would need to be in special education classes and have tutors the rest of his life. I have to tell you that Caleb has a 4.0, and he got 100% on the STAR test the last 2 years of every single topic. And he wants to go on and be a doctor at Texas Children's Hospital and save kids like they saved him. That's why we are honoring him for his courageous heart and his spirit. I love you, Caleb. Come on up.
Thank you, everyone. It's such an honor to be here tonight and receive this award. You know, I look up to all of the other honorees here tonight, and I hope to follow in your footsteps as I grow older. Not only are you all an inspiration to me, but to the whole city of Houston. I would also like to give a thanks to Texas Children's Hospital, who were able to get me through my journey with leukemia. And I'm so glad that we have a great med center here that's available to everyone. Thank you.
All right, that's going to wrap us up. Now we're going to get Isiah to come on up.
Bishop, you forgot your proclamation up here. Where's Bishop? Bishop Woodard? He left? All right. Look at God. I want you guys to picture this. Being in the pandemic for 2 years, being locked in your houses, not able to communicate or see anyone because of this disease that's out there that plagued most of the country. And imagine in June of 2022, you're told, okay, the pandemic is now over, and you get to go to Vegas. How does that sound? How does that sound? That's what I was told after making that plan with a group of friends for like a year. And then one of those friends said, oh, I got family members coming to town. I can't go to Vegas. And so this Vegas relief trip has been canceled. And so how do we honor this friend tonight? We make him Humanitarian of the Year. So we have my friend, Amit Tandon, who is the COO, Chief Operating Officer, and owner of Rachel Allen and Mary's Bridal, who has given tirelessly to the community. He came to me and he said, Isiah, let's give away prom dresses to young girls in high school on your show. I said, great. And he did that. He gave hundreds of prom dresses away. He's worked with many community organizations. He worked with my organization where I provide air conditioners to senior citizens in the summer, toys to children. but he has been, as a friend, working tirelessly to give back. But he canceled my Vegas vacation. And we honor him as human. How is that humanitarian? How is that humane? Let's bring up my good friend Amit Tandon, who has tirelessly given back here in the community despite canceling my Vegas trip.
I say I owe you a Vegas trip after this. Good evening, everyone. I did not prepare or have anything written, so I'm just going to wing it. First, though, if you could please stand up, not because I want a standing ovation, but I think it's very, very well deserved to give a standing ovation to David and Trivia Dennis. Please, everyone, stand up for this amazing work. Thank you for putting up this great night. I honestly am super nervous right now, so just bear with me. A little bit about myself. I'm actually from Chicago, Illinois, but today I can proudly say I'm a Houstonian. I know it's killing me inside right now, and I'm not a sellout to all my Chicago people, but I'm really, really blessed to be in a room with all of you here. It's very, very inspirational to me, and I'm just trying to do my part. I am just lucky to be who I am because of the family I was born in. My mother, Rachel, and my father, Alan, were first generation, or actually my father immigrated here in 1969 with a master's degree. He came here with not much, but he had a goal in mind. He came here with 2 suitcases and $9 in his pocket. But he went through so much hardship that he knew where he wanted to go. After working for corporate America for 15 years, he wanted to explore his own business, and he'd always had a passion for fashion. So as an immigrant, he thought, what could I do? What can I import and export? Back then, when you could meet the buyers of these big, department stores back then, he walked into his first client, which he never knew would be his first client. He went into Saks Fifth Avenue. He saw 2 people talking, and they were making a business deal. And after the business deal, he talked to the gentleman and he said, what did you just do? He goes, I just sold some dresses to Saks Fifth Avenue. And my dad thought to himself, man, if he can do that, I'm going to make sure I do it better than he does. And so, here we are now in 2022. In 2017, Rachel Allen had the opportunity to acquire a bridal company in Houston that has been in business for 35 years. After that, I've always wanted to give back. And the Rachel Allen Initiative, we've been always giving back to different charities, different groups, different high schools. And then COVID hit. And there were times when we didn't even think that we were going to get through the pandemic. We had to furlough all of our employees, and it was just 4 of us doing the work of 50 to 60 employees. And so it was really, really tough. But through, hard work, dedication, a lot of pressure on myself and my brother, we have to keep our parents' legacy going. That's the main thing, is keep their legacy going. So the pandemic finally is over, and now everybody is ready to go to events, and we're super excited. I mean, how many of you here remember the prom dress that you wore or your date wore? I still remember, right? Those times when you're about to graduate high school, you're going to go into your next level of college. those are lifelong memories. And that's what's so important to people is their prom night. And what we try to do at Rachel Allen is give that opportunity to every girl, regardless of her economic status. We try to choose different high schools of underprivileged areas, and it's not just about giving these dresses. I want to make sure these girls work for their dresses. I make sure that they maintain a GPA of a certain level and they are wanting to do something with their life, that they want to go to college or, you know, be something. Not just giving it so easy, but making someone earn it. They're going to appreciate their dress a lot more. So it was, let me see, it was the 10-year anniversary of Isiah's 40th birthday, and I'm always late, right? I'm always late everywhere I go. I'm always late. I'm just known for it. But that day, I'm really, really happy that I was late because I got to meet Trevia. And I don't even know if she remembers. She probably does. I do. I was overserved, definitely, that night. And I was waiting for my Uber, and Trevia was just sitting right in front of me. And literally, we just started talking. And then David came in, and I got her phone number. And I never thought, you know, you get phone numbers. You never know if you're ever going to talk to them ever again. But I'm so glad. First of all, I'm glad I was invited. Thank you, Isiah. But I'm so glad I was late. And I was able to meet Trevia and David. And, you know, as I said, we've been trying to do this for a few years, but COVID hit. And now we were able to donate to underprivileged kids in in Houston. We were able to do a prom drive pretty much. You know, I got to work with other charities. It was in a big gymnasium, and, you know, we all are very, very busy people, and you get used to the monotonous life of working in an office and worrying about sales and expenses, and then you're wondering, why do I do this? What am I doing? And when you see those girls' smiles light up, you know you're doing something. And it's not just that, but it's the effect that they have on their family, on their communities. We try to empower women so that they can be the best version of themselves. So I leave you with this. You know, people always ask me, what's success? It's not about how many cars you have or how big your house is or how many zeros you have in your bank account. It's about the profound effect that you have on other humans. And I thank you very much. God bless. Have a great night. Thank you.
All right, first of all, don't you ever get my wife's phone number again. Well, we're wrapping up tonight. We just really, a couple of things we want to do. I think we had an unbelievable night tonight, but I would like to thank some special people who helped make tonight really good. First of all, we want to thank Rose Sedesta, GM, Pete Ells, and everybody on that team. Just thank you so much for your hard work, for your dedication, and for all the things that you do for us. I want to thank Sherry Handrinos, who is our PR publicist. She does a phenomenal job, so if anybody needs a publicist, give her a call. I want to thank Lawrence McQueen of McQueen Clothers. James Davis, thank you, Mr. Davis. We really appreciate you. Ernest Walker of Walker Entertainment Group, thank you, sir. But we just want to thank and just send our heartfelt gratitude and thanks to you all for everything that you've done for tonight. A couple of things. Ladies, if there are flowers on your table, those are yours to take. Honorees, your pictures outside, those are for you. and then we'll have a surprise for you when you walk out the door to kind of end the night. But please, gentlemen, do not grab the flowers. They are not yours. They are for the ladies. But other than that, though, I just want to thank all of our honorees. You guys do such an amazing job. Thank you so much for what you do. But more importantly, yes, you give money, but money you can get back. But the most important thing that you give is your time, because you can't get time back. And so thank you so much for giving your time to those of us and those who need it. So thank you all. Have a great night. We'll see you outside, okay?